Yeah.
Wow, but that is
Take
awesome.
this. Yes. This is our Taipei Tonight Godfather moment.
This is really good.
Heavy on shirt.
Where's this from?
Welcome to the Taipei Tonight Show. Yeah, we are in the studio of Taipei 101. Now, Taiwan is a little tiny island about 1/10 the size of California, but there's over 100 television stations right here, making drama, soap operas, entertainment, variety shows, and churning out about 50 to 60 films every year, which means the entertainment industry here is absolutely thriving. So today, there's a very special event, and we just have to ditch the studio and go out there and check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen，欢迎大家来到 Sundance Film Festival Asia 2023年，欢迎各位来到今天的2023亚洲日舞影展的开幕典礼。
Today we are in Taipei City because for the first time ever, Sundance Film Festival 2023 is in Taipei. So we can't miss this, and it's very exciting. People from all around the world are here. And we're very excited to have two special guests that's going to speak to us about this year's festival. Joachim Zell and Justin Chon. Welcome, guys, to Taipei, and we're super excited to have you guys. This is a big deal. This is a huge deal for the entire film industry here in Taiwan for Sundance to come here, and then you guys are in the right year at the right time, and we're so excited to have you guys.
Oh, thanks for having us.
You guys been here for a couple of days now, right? Sundance, of course, with the rich history. But it's the first time in Taipei, and it's been, as I understand it, been packed schedule. What have you guys been doing?
Eating. It was like, I'm glad that my clothes fit. I found out it's a very diverse city. Many nations meet in Taiwan, and I was always curious to come to Taiwan. I work in electronics, and so many electronical parts we use in Germany or in the United States are made in Taiwan. And so coming back to the kitchen, wherever we go, there's a different flavor of something amazing tasting, and the people are very friendly. The weather is a little muggy. That's the only.
You're being very modest. It's a little chunky from time.
Chunky, yes, but I love it here. Yes.
All right, but Joachim and Justin, now you guys are in the film industry, but very different parts of it. Justin is one of my favorite. I love your story. I love the way that your career has progressed. Joachim, can I shorten that down? You're also Jay-Z, right?
My American colleagues decided to call me Jay-Z,
Jay-Z.
which creates some confusion.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's another guy called Jay-Z.
Yeah. So is Beyonce with us here today? But starting out with Justin, congratulations. Your film is featured in this year's festival. People in Taiwan had a chance to be able to see some of your work, but it's a long ways coming. You started off as an actor at quite a young age, right? And you've been in many things. Can you tell the audience a little bit?
Yeah. I started acting in 2001, so it's been a good amount of time. I started in children's television, Nickelodeon and Disney. And most of you might know me from a vampire movie called Twilight.
Yes.
I play a character named Eric Yorkie. And yeah, I did movies like 21 and Over with Miles Teller and Skylar Astin, and done a bunch of independent films like Revenge of the Green Dragons with Andrew Lau from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And about 10 years ago, I switched over to directing because I wanted to start a family and have a little bit more control over where I am in the world.
It's amazing. But then now you've ventured on to storytelling. And I love the progression of why you decided to make that. Can you share with us a little bit here?
Yeah, so when I switched over to directing, the main purpose was threefold. One is to bring empathy towards the Asian American community. It was incredibly difficult for me. There was definitely a glass ceiling for me as an actor in the parts that I was allowed to play. Two, I wanted to show how we can coexist in the United States. And also, thirdly, to show how we're much more all alike than different. So I hope my films showcase that. I've made 5 feature films and recently been doing a little bit of television. I did a show called Pachinko based off the book for Apple Television, and I just wrapped a show with Jason Momoa about Native Hawaii also for Apple Television.
Wow, that's an incredible career already, and it is just the beginning. But interesting that you touched on that subject a little bit. Being an Asian American actor in the film industry, it's tough. It's progress, but it has always been tough. You started many years ago. Tell us a little bit about that progress.
Yeah, when I started in 2001, there were no Asian American actors that were visible. At the time, it was just Jackie Chan and Jet Li, and before that was Bruce Lee. We had Pat Morita, but he played Mr. Miyagi, which is still a beautiful role, but it all was in that lane. We had John Cho that had just done American Pie. He was a MILF guy, but it's like
it's very limited.
It wasn't what it was today. It's really been incremental. So I think, especially independent film, which Sundance is that's what they do, is really put people on the map and start people's career, has been so instrumental for filmmakers such as myself. I know Justin Lin is here, and his film Better Luck Tomorrow was an incredible game changer for Asian Americans in cinema and launched his career to be able to go and then do the Fast and Furious franchise. So I feel very grateful, and I feel us being here with Sundance is very meaningful because they really do amplify diverse voices.
This time we're featuring 3 films. Maybe you could give us a little heads up on the other ones too.
Sure.
So there's also Sometimes
I Think About Dying, Rachel Lambert, who's an incredible filmmaker. Also my friend Parvesh China's in the film. And then we have Randall Park, who we all know from the TV show, what's it called? Fresh Off the Boat.
Fresh Off the Boat, yeah.
He plays a dad in that show. It's his directorial debut with a film called Shortcomings with Sherry Cola and an actor named Justin Min. It's a very funny film.
So Randall really wanted to join us here today, but the Sundance was just so crazy. So unfortunately, he cannot be here personally. But for Shortcoming, we have a clip from the trailer.
Nice.
So let's check that out.
Do you remember that internship that I applied for?
What about it?
It's in New York.
New York is overrated. It's so gentrified now.
How many times have you even been there?
Are we counting layovers? You always assume the worst about me, and then you end up acting crazy over nothing.
I'm not acting crazy, so stop using that word.
You're just proving my point.
Are you two broken up?
We're taking some time off. While the cat's away, the
mouse will play with himself, probably.
Can I kiss you? Sorry, I'm a little out of practice.
It's clear. I'm gonna go to New York. Listen, maybe you could come with me.
I thought you came out here to clear your head.
I did. And then I met Meredith, and I've been there ever since. So when are you gonna see her?
I'm here to see Miko. She's an intern here.
Actually, I'm the only intern here.
You have problems with anger, depression, your weird self-hatred.
You could benefit from a little self-hatred.
Interesting.
I
I know you're gonna want to blame this on society or on your race or whatever, but this really is just about you.
Is this your rock bottom?
What is she doing with that guy?
They're being adorable.
So, we finally get to meet your mysterious boyfriend.
Hello, Ben. Hi. Praise Jesus. Maybe just be honest with him.
Is anyone sitting here?
No.
I cracked up. It was so funny. There's a lot of, even in the trailer, it resonates with people like us.
Yes.
That grew up
Yeah.
in the Western world who are Asian. It's back in the 70s and 80s, and you kind of needed to. You need to go out of your way to find where do I, where do I fit? Right now, we got to get to Jay-Z
Yes.
just a little bit, because your stuff is the things that I don't think most audience really understand. But without knowing, you completely change how we see the picture. It's incredible, and you've been in some incredible productions. Can you tell us, tell the audience a little bit about that?
Yes, since you were just introduced as an actor, I'm also an actor. But nobody wanted to see it. Then I started singing. Nobody wanted to hear it, so that's why I ended up in technology. And I joined the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences in the technology branch, the American Society of Cinematographers in the technology branch. So I have the advantage that I work with all these stars, work on the $1 million Hollywood blockbuster movies, but nobody knows my face. So I can walk Rodeo Boulevard and no paparazzi is after me.
Wow.
So I'm a free man still. That's the
So you're
advantage.
the stealth superstar, right?
So yeah, so now I'm actually a member of the team. There's a huge team behind making a movie look exciting and different. We try to make movies look special with color and dynamic range. We make a movie interesting. We create emotions with colors as well. So it is a joint venture between the director and the cinematographer. They have a verbal discussion first in which direction they want to go. And then they ask, how can we achieve this? It's a team effort in Hollywood. The director starts with the cinematographer to talk about the look of a movie. And then they ask themselves, how can we achieve this? And then the imaging scientist and the colorist comes in to create that look and keep that look over time. So it's my job actually to be in pre-production. I'm on set while filming. I'm definitely with the editors. The director spends the longest time in the editing bay and falls in love with the look, what he sees or she sees on the monitor. And then all the VFX vendors which are involved. One VFX vendor does a very good water animation, the other one does hair and fur, and the next one does buildings or animals. So there are 100 different VFX vendors perhaps involved doing 10 shots, 100 shots, 200 shots. They come in different formats and in different looks. So I take care to normalize it again. And then comes the final color timing session. Actually, the final session is the audio team works in parallel with the imaging team. So they are on for the last 3 weeks. We already have a distribution release date set, but we work until the last minute. And there the panic starts. And if we don't have everything prepared to perfection, it will not look that good because we just don't have the time. So I'm with the team behind hand-holding all the shots and all the different formats to make it look right.
Is that the actual name of the position, color scientist?
It's imaging scientist. Imaging scientist, and color science is part of imaging. The imaging scientist, we also might add grain to the digital files.
Yeah, so give us dumb it down for me, please.
Yeah.
What's an imaging scientist? I thought we were just watching a movie.
Yes.
Some of the work that you've done, we've all watched, right? Like the big productions of
James Bond,
Skyfall,
and then Sicario, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with Blade Runner. Also Mulan,
that's right.
Live action Mulan. That's a dear and I was in love with this project, but we got most hurt by the pandemic. Disney decided to only release it on their streaming platform and not in the theater. So I saw it in the theater, and it has had beautiful colors, beautiful wide open landscapes, beautiful Asian dresses and locations. I made friends with all the Mongolian stuntmen. With the Mongolian stuntmen, they have to speak as deep as possible to sound more manly.
Yeah.
And these were the guys who stand on the horses and ride towards the castle and shoot their bow. And this was not a VFX, these were the real guys. They were so talented.
So as an imaging stylist, so is it more about composition or the vibrancy of the colors, the costume? Which part, or all of it?
Yeah, so the cinematographer's job is to frame it right, to get the composition in, and then the colorist and the imaging scientist helps to create the emotion. Very colorful and lively. I worked also on Crazy Rich Asians, which was a very beautiful, colorful movie as well.
He's like, he's like the magician, right? What he does, you don't really notice, but it slides in there, and you're completely taken by him. Your emotions are picked up, and then you're in it. So by changing the color and you can give a complete different feel on anything.
Yes. Yes.
Well, should I show you? You try it? Okay.
Change you from a handsome moderator into a scary villain. So Godfather is very filmic. See? Godfather is very filmic, so we need again the vignetting look. That's the most important one. That's the easiest step to get. See, we come in the corners, make it a vignetted image, and then it was Kodak, so it needs to have golden skin tones. So let's do the tint again, but this time the other direction. Saturation is good this time.
That don't drop.
Won't drop.
Yeah, that's
tint.
That's the tint.
More golden skin tones, like this, and we didn't have the reds like this. And so what I do then is actually go through each function from the beginning. Exposure, get this right. Goes through the brilliance, that's not so important, but we do something to it. The highlights again, since the director will call it out. The highlights as well help us to get the sweat patches pulled down a bit.
Oh, cool.
And the S-curve should look like this. The shadows are always different in film. The contrast.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
This direction.
Man.
And the black point should be a little bit lifted. The red wall in the background throws us a little bit off. We wouldn't have this in the cafe for the...
Oh, when Mike was in there in the tense moment?
Yeah. I have $1 million tool set where I would use total different functions perhaps. Yeah. But it looks already more filmic with this golden skin tone now. The red background throws us
a little too
off.
red, right?
Yeah.
A little too red.
Yeah.
Wow, but that is
Take
awesome.
This. Yes.
This is our Taipei Tonight Godfather moment. As hospitality, you guys are in Taiwan because food is always a big deal. So we wanted you guys to come here. I'm glad you guys made it. Right before he's got a panel talk to go to in just a little bit. But we wanted to, show our hospitality. Here we go.
Thank you.
All right. Have you guys?
Yes, of
you've
course.
had this.
Yes, of course.
JC, do you know what that is?
Is this the boba?
Oh,
yeah.
You know the boba.
We have it in California now. It's
Wow.
not very common there, but I learned that it comes from here, from Taiwan.
So try some. This is a very famous boba tea shop.
Very good.
You can drink it and eat it.
You can
Both.
you can drink it and eat it, right? Do they have this in Germany now?
No.
No.
Well, I left in '97. I was living for 7 years in London, and since 2004 I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So when I left in '97, there was no boba in Germany. Might be there now.
Still making their way there. All right. So you guys been here for a few days now. Justin, you've been here a few times already. I mean, your storytelling is awesome.
I think all of Taiwan is, in terms of imaging, I think there's so many different environments that you can film a dystopian type of film. There's just so many beautiful landscapes, and then you have the ocean, you have the mountains, and I think you know, you could really have a contrasting type of story, but you have the city and then nature.
It would be so nice if we could have you, you know, lead the charge, telling stories from here.
JC can
And then the colors. You know,
So
when you see things, you see things differently.
What is really affecting me here is the colors at night. It's so colorful. And do we have night markets like this in any other cities in the world? I have not seen a night market before.
Really?
But what you see here in Taipei, it's so amazing how the whole city block lights up with these little stands, different colors. Many different little vendors who everybody has their own sign out. It smells different, it looks different, but it's lighting up the night. So I want to have James Bond running through there and hunts people through the night market. That's an interesting, very colorful location.
Incredibly beautiful.
I can see it. There's so many images already. See, we don't notice when you're here. Sometimes you go on your day, you're mundane, and you know, you don't see all the things. And when you guys come in from a different perspective, you know, things click and you can really see it. Really look forward to that. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I hope this is just the beginning. And congratulations on your new film.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new baby.
I have a new baby.
Yeah, and seriously, I hope to see you guys again. Thank you for coming on Taipei Tonight.
Thank
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I get one too.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Yeah, campaign.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.